Hi guys, this is FreeplayFrenchie. Welcome back to another one-take video that I'm doing in my bedroom. I realise the setup is a little bit different today. That's because I'm not doing it on my phone. The internet's being a bit dodgy and my phone's being really bizarre, so I've had to do it on my camera, and I've stacked it up on all these books and stuff balancing on my shelf. So that's the reason of the angle, and hence why you can't see the rest of my body. But there we are. Hopefully it won't matter too much to you. Today I'm doing a video on self-love because it's something that I think I could say some things about and help some people, and also it's been asked that I do one because people seem to like the other ones I've done. So I'll try not to ramble as always, and I'll try to keep to my points. The first thing I'm going to say, just generally before I get onto my 5 points, because I've done 5 points that I think might be useful, is just that self-love is something it's been done a lot, and I know there's a lot of videos out there that have done like this a million times, and it's thrown at us almost as much now, in my opinion, as the way we're taught to criticise our bodies and things like that. We get that everywhere, you know, trying to be skinnier and trying to be healthier, and we do get that a lot, especially as women. That's a very big market in terms of making women feel bad, so they buy more makeup, etc, etc. But I would say now there's almost as much positivity about bodies and acceptance and celebrating difference in a way. It's definitely there, it's just sort of hidden under all the other stuff. So anyway, I know it's been done, but who knows, maybe these will be of some use to you, and I'll just sort of tell you what I've learned and what I'm still learning. That's one of my points. Okay, so the first one is, one of the best ways I found to channel your self-love and sort of get back into it is to remember all the hard times you've been through and everything you've accomplished. And this is an easy one to forget, because when you're in those moments and you're just feeling crap and you're feeling like an awful person and you hate your body and you hate the way you respond to people, if you have social anxiety and you wish you could get over that and things like that, it's really good to remember that you've done so many things that you didn't think you could do, but you did them anyway. Or, you know, just if you're thinking, well, that's not me, I haven't accomplished anything, there probably is some things that you're not remembering, or things that you don't think are a big deal, but actually it could be a big deal to other people. So for me, making speeches isn't a big deal for me. I don't mind public speaking, but for some people that would be considered a big thing, because it's one of the biggest fears apparently. So that's a really good thing that I remember that I'm good at. I'm doing speeches and stuff like that. And also one of my proudest achievements is this Mount Inari I climbed in Japan, which was excruciating on my legs. It was so painful, but my friends really wanted to do it and I really wanted to try, and so that's one of my biggest accomplishments, climbing that mountain. And you've just got to remember that there's going to be lots of things thrown at you, but you've already accomplished so much, and you did that, nobody else but you. Or I don't know, times you overcame your fear, like there was a spider in the bathtub and you got rid of it, or you know, I'm sure there'll be something that you did that you're not remembering, and it's really good to revel in that and just remember that you can do whatever you want and you can achieve your dreams, and you just need to remember that, because you're amazing as you are. Okay, so the second one is, I think it's really useful to change your mentality and reprogram your mind, which sounds a little bit difficult, I know, but really I'm a big believer in affirmations, and I'm a big believer in saying things that you want to happen, and also by affirming things to yourself so that you can go one way or the other. So if you say things like, I'm really scared of spiders, I mean, this is just one example, and obviously it goes much further than that, phobias and all the rest of it, but as an example, things like, I'm really scared of spiders, you're affirming that to yourself and you're making it so. So if you change it to something like, I'm not scared of spiders, and you repeat it over and over and over, it does actually help. And things like, I hate my body. If you just change that to, I love my body, and you say it and you say it again, you do actually feel a little bit of a change. And I've done this lots of times to kind of overcome fears, and it's why people are doing physical things, they say things like, I can do this. And surprisingly, it does actually work. I'm sure there's something about it written down scientifically somewhere as affirmations. You say these things and you make it so. So instead of going, I hate my eyes, I hate the way I talk, you know, I'm worthless, you really have to just change it. And it's like a muscle. It's like a muscle, and you just need to work it a bit more. And if you're really focused on changing the way you think about yourself, and you really want to change, and you want to love yourself more, then you've just got to think about it logically and just think, right, so my mind's thinking one thing, I need to change that. Every time I'm going to go to the mirror and I'm about to say something bad, I'm going to change it and say, oh, I look really great today, or my hair's really nice. And it can be the smallest things. It can be something like, my fingernails look great today. I painted them and they look lovely. It's just the smallest things, and you build it until you go to the mirror and you see nothing to criticise. And I'm not saying I'm there yet. I think very few people are there, although there are some people out there who just think they're gorgeous and love themselves, and that's all well and fine, that's all good, but for many of us it's a journey. And that's number 4, actually. It's at the bottom. Remember that it's a journey, and not to take it too seriously, because sometimes for a long time I felt like I didn't love myself enough, and it's bad because some people are already there, and you can see people who really revel in their personalities and are happy, and you feel like you're not quite there yet and you're not sure what to do, and you need to love yourself more, but you don't know how to do it. And don't worry too much about all that stuff. It's just tiny things that eventually you'll get into a habit of doing. Things like the affirmations and standing by what your beliefs and values are, and enjoying the way you behave sometimes and things like that. It might not be to everyone's cup of tea, but that's okay. You're just you, and you've got to love you. So remember, it's a journey. Don't take it all too seriously. Don't even take this video seriously. It's all contributing to the same thing, and the more you watch and the more you hear about it, eventually it will sink in, and the more you practice and things like that. So the next one is, surround yourself with people who love you and who also love themselves. And this is a big one, because I'm very familiar that there's a time in girls' life or women's life in high school, especially, where you go through a period of everyone kind of criticising themselves and other people, for being too clever or being too pretty. There's a lot of, lack of a better word, bitchiness in high school, especially in girls and in girls' bathrooms and things like that. And everyone kind of gets a little bit critical of themselves, and I'm definitely aware of that. I remember there was loads of things I didn't quite like about myself and that I thought could be better. And you not only criticise yourself, but you criticise other people. And once you grow up, you start finding other people, and there will definitely be some people who you find don't criticise themselves and who love who they are. And those are the people to surround yourself with. And if you're lucky enough to have a family that loves you and supports you and all those things, and remember that they just love you however you are. Bad days, good days, your family, if you're lucky enough to have that kind of family, have seen you through every kind of period of your life, and they still love you anyway, and they're still there. And if you don't have that kind of family, I'm sure you've got some friends that think that way. It is hard, because there's also another period where you'll be with friends who, again, maybe girlfriends or other people, where you sit down, and a bit like that scene from Mean Girls when they're like, oh, I have so many problems with myself. They'll sit down and be like, oh, this is wrong with me, and this is wrong with my life, and all these other things that are kind of off with them, or their hips aren't big enough, or they're, I don't know, not too fat is a big thing, isn't it? Not skinny enough. And that's all well and good, and you can join in and stuff, but next time you go to join in and you go to criticise yourself, maybe just stop and think, actually, I'm pretty happy with who I am. Like, for example, I've got all my legs, I've got all my arms, I can see, I can hear, whatever applies. There is something that you have that other people don't have, and that's something to be cherished as well. And so don't feel so eager to jump on the bandwagon of let's all put ourselves down. Let them do what they got to do, and you focus on you, and just focus on making yourself happy and enjoying who you are. And that's important. And the last one, pick your favourite parts of you and send them love. So if you're really struggling to find anything about you that you like, if you hate yourself, or if you've got depression, and I'm not a counsellor and don't have any experience, I'm just giving you some ideas. The things I found helpful is just picking one part of your body that you really like, and just to send it sort of love, something like, can even be your kneecaps, or, the bit of your wrist, or your neck, or your eyes, and you could always draw like a little love heart there, or something, or draw a picture. I know sometimes people who struggle with self-harm, their therapists tell them to draw instead of harming every time they feel that urge. So maybe find something about, there's going to be one thing that you like. Your butt, your boobs, your eyes, your ears. Maybe you've got small ears. Maybe you've got big eyes. Maybe you've got big lips. Maybe you've got those cool bones that people get. I mean, people love those bones by people's necks. That's sort of idealised and sought after. So there's going to be something, and just draw a little love heart and tell yourself that actually that's your favourite part. that's your favourite part. And then you can work on all the others. And you could even do like a part of your body every day. You know, one day it's your eyes, one day it's your ears, that kind of thing. And the rest will come. Personally, I'm working on a few parts of my body that every time I go to criticise, I say that I love them instead. And I just focus on the fact that they're working, or I focus on the fact that my organs are working and how amazing my body is for helping me work and do all these incredible things. And thank you, body, for working. And gratitude comes into this as well. So there we are. Those are my 5 things. I hope this helped. I hope I didn't ramble too much. And it's, like I said, it's a journey. The main thing is it's a journey, and you will pick up and learn as you go. But to recap, the 5 things are: remember all the hard times you've got through and everything you've accomplished. There will be something. There will be a test you passed, and you did that yourself. Or there'll be the degree you got, or the car you got, or the job you got. There is something you can be proud of yourself for if you think about it. You could go down to really getting out of bed in the morning. That will be something. Number 2 is change your mentality, reprogram your mind. Remember, it's a muscle. You know, think about it logically, and that you're just kind of contributing to it, and you can change it, and you will change it. And it's just a muscle. And every time you go to say something bad, change it to something else instead, and eventually the good things will just come naturally. Number 3 is surround yourself with people who love you and love themselves. They don't criticise you, they don't put you down, because those aren't your friends. And people who love you and love themselves, and you can see that, and it's a good vibe to be in. So those are the kind of people you want to be with. Pick your favourite part of your body and send them love. Draw a little love heart, say this is my favourite part today. I'm really, really liking this little collarbone, or I'm really liking my hands, or I'm really liking my fingernails, anything. And then pick another part the next day, and eventually you will remember all those bits that you really love about yourself. And just remember, it's a journey. Remember, it's a journey. It's all part and parcel, whatever they say, so you'll get better at it as time goes on. I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. If you have, do leave a little like and a comment telling me what you'd like me to talk about next, and subscribe to see more of these videos. My computer's coming, hopefully this Christmas, and then there'll be lots of other videos of me doing other stuff, possibly playing games, which I'm still intent on doing, but up until that happens, it's vlogs. It's all the vlogs on different things. Let me know if there's anything, you know, I suppose, I'm not sure what I'd make the next video about. Maybe jobs, maybe friends. I've had a few different groups of friends. Maybe that's what it'll be. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm going to lift you off my windowsill here. I've been FreeplayFrenchie, and I will see you in the next episode.